Good morning, boss. Yeah, we did, Charlie. I hope so you niggas bed well, cause it's time we they can't go hard. I want us to finish the project back. You see that thing? Uh-huh. Thanks for the likes, guys. Just want us to finish the project back, then we can move on to starting something fresh, you know. Hmm. So what be the move, guys? I hear say they rain for everywhere. How you dey for one side? So guys, this is what is happening, right? I don't know. Angels was not here. I don't know if you were here, but TikTok suspended us because I wasn't able to um do some verification that they were requesting of me, right? I didn't do the verification, so they suspended us for all the way up to 20th of June. All right, so now most of the live will be on this one. It will be on the YouTube. Yeah, so the better viewing, the proper viewing, and everything is on YouTube. And then this one is on the TikTok to kind of let people know that, guys, TikTok streaming is down, but you can go onto YouTube and then, yeah. So TikTok requires you to kind of do some verification in their studio, the one we use for the streaming. Let's say for a particular time period, right? I think for every 30 minutes or something like that. But I was so caught up in the development, I didn't get a chance to do that, and then they suspended the live. So we would have to be doing it like this for now until we are back on the 20th. So yeah, if the viewing is not so good for you, you can just hop onto the YouTube and then view from there. Yeah. So you weren't available and we've done a lot. Angels was not available and then we've done a lot. But yeah, since you are here, we can still continue with it, right? So really, okay, then that's great. That's great. Because but if you want to have it more better, you can still go to the YouTube. Yeah. And guys, we are trying to build the YouTube channel as well. So all that is not subscribing or have not yet subscribed can go there and then subscribe. Yeah, so today, let's see. Today we've done a lot already. So the question is, what are we doing this morning? Yes, let me log in. Let me log in. All right. So let's hop in and then we see what we have to do. Okay. So yeah, you can remember our settings screen, right? So we did the home. I'll let it load. It's not downloading. Yeah, so this was our screen. Why is the app bar not showing? Do I have to restart the emulator? Guys, let me restart the emulator so that we wouldn't encounter any error with it later on, right? So let me put it off and then we will restart it, then we get to work. Yeah, so let me take you guys through the design. What did we do yesterday, Seth? Yeah, so we were yeah, so we were able to implement. Yeah, you weren't here. You should have seen the wonders we did with this sketch. You should have seen the wonders we did with just this sketch. I'll show you the output of this sketch. It's crazy, right? Yeah. When I got there, I was like, wow, Charlie, we can literally do a lot of things. Some people say it's just mindset. Yeah, so this was the password reset. If you want to change your password in the app, this was the sketch that we did for the UI, right? So this was when you enter your old password, You enter new password, you confirm password, and then we move on. Yeah, so that was the sketch that we had here. Yeah, so the app is running now, so we can just go in here. We haven't touched anything on the dashboard. We haven't touched anything on the active boxes. We haven't touched the creation of boxes, and we haven't touched transactions yet, right? So where we can go now. Yeah, pirates. Yeah, pirates. Welcome to the YouTube. Guys, if you want to have a proper viewing, the YouTube is the place for you, right? Pirates, what's up, Charlie? You are caught up in your project, right? So you've never got the time to show up here. Thank you guys for the like. So this morning, this was what we did, right? We finished up with the profile, the user profile updates, and then we moved on to the changing of password, right? So if you want to change user password, we moved on here and you enter your old password. So let's say our old password is this, all right? And then you enter your new password. So let's say a new password. Let's show it here. And then we do new password. And we've done all the verification and everything, right? Captain Roy, thanks for joining the family. Yeah, so we've done all the verifications on here. So if you should submit this password, you can see we have the old pass, which is okay. We have the new pass, which is new password, and then we have the new password without a D. So if you submit this, we will be thrown with the validation error, passwords do not match. So if we do this and then we do, so apparently before you can fully integrate with those people, they might, yes, you need to register the business. What? Yo, guys. Sure, we will find a way to do that. Yeah. Perhaps we will find a way to do that. I think you could you can literally go for your friends. If you have any friend that has a business or something like that, you can just go for them to help you out. Yeah. So, guys, this is what happens when we enter the passwords, right? After entering the passwords, we have this, and then the input field becomes disabled, right? So after entering the passwords and they are okay, the input field becomes disabled, and then we'll be sent an OTP, right? After entering the password, we'll be sent an OTP. So when we submit the OTP, if it is an empty field, it will say password required. Yeah, so that's one thing we have to change right now. It's supposed to be OTP required, right? So we are changing that to OTP required, all right? So Pyrax, how are you going to deal with it now? So let's go back to changing password. So let's say CC box pass, all right? And let's say this is our new password, right? Then we have our new password. So we change the password, and then when we try entering OTP, yeah, OTP is required. So we can enter OTP as 12345 to say OTP must be at least 6 characters. So we enter 6, then we submit. Then this will load, submit the OTP. After that, then we receive congratulations, you've changed your password, something like that, a feedback, and then we can move on. All right, so this is what we have, but there is one thing that we have to do, right? When you request the OTP, okay, yeah, I think this is okay. I don't have to show that request OTP. Sevo, thanks for the follow. Uh, Akwaba, welcome. And then K, thanks for the follow as well. I really appreciate it. Yeah, if you want to have a better viewing, as I always say, check out the YouTube channel. Hi, bro. What's your name on your laptop? And what's the name of your laptop? And also the specs, please. So this is the MacBook M5. Yeah, flatter, and then that. Yeah. So this is the MacBook M5, the MacBook Pro M5, which is 16 gigabyte RAM DDR5 and then 1 terabyte SSD. Yeah, so that's what I'm using. Blogger. Yeah, so we have this now. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Yeah, Ghana. I'm in Ghana, Accra. Yeah, I'm using Firebase for messaging, the Firebase FCM, Firebase Cloud Messaging for notifications, and then I'm using Spring Boot for the back end. Yeah, yeah, I'll just read it. Yeah, but you could do that after the tournament. Yeah, so Pyrax, I think, yeah, if only you can, I think when you register now, you still get the documents before then. So yeah, you should do it. I also try and do mine. You must be crazy rich. Blogger. Are you in Accra? Yeah, I'm in Accra. Blogger. I'm in Accra. Would you like to see my website? Yeah, you should drop it so that somewhere within the development process we can just take a look at it. So can you drop it in the comment section? I'm also working on a mobile app too for a company. Oh, Mr. Blay, that's great. Are you allowed to kind of disclose what it is about? Or I'm sure NDA will not allow you to. Yeah, so guys, if you want to have a better viewing, just hop onto the YouTube and then you have a very clear and then beautiful viewing. So yeah, it's a mobile app just like the Bolt app. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm also in a conversation with a client to kind of build something like that. So hopefully when you deploy yours, then I deploy mine. Yeah, so guys, we what you are using Flutter, Mr. Blay. Yeah, so I think we are done with this side, right? The editing of profile um and then the change of password. Okay, we can also do this. Let's I think we can also do the profile upload feature, right? Yeah, let's do the profile upload feature. We have to we have to install a new package. What's the name of the package? Oh, which Flutter state management are you using? What ID are you using? Okay, so I'm using Android Studio for the ID and for the state management. Because the app is very small, I'm using GetX. Yeah, so we're going to use the image picker. When was the last time I even used image picker? I think I used it like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Yeah, so guys, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. Is that a Mac or Windows? Yeah, it is a Mac, guys. It is a Mac. If you want to have a proper viewing, you can check the YouTube channel. Yeah, I don't like GetX. I prefer Block. Yeah, I also prefer Block and then Riverport. I use the GetX because it was very simple. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Cloudinary is okay. Yeah, Cloudinary is okay for your media and stuff. But normally when I'm using this one for the back end, if I'm using guys, by the way, we are both live on TikTok and YouTube, so I might be answering questions that might not be in your comment section. If it is not there, then it's likely coming from the other part of the platform, right? So I'm answering a question from YouTube, which says that yeah, so someone is using Cloudinary to manage his media and stuff, right? So yeah, I've also used Cloudinary for a lot of stuff, and at a point. I discovered kind of installing images and media files in MongoDB. So there is this library, right, in Java. It comes with MongoDB that you can use to kind of break images into base 64 elements and then install it. Oh, okay. I think you can drop it in my DM at a point, then we'll take a look at it. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the code structure appreciation. Yeah, thank you very much for the feedback. And also, let me see. Yeah, Cloudinary was stressful. I think you have to try it again because when you do it again and again, it normally becomes okay. But I, at the point, what Flutter Pop and yeah, let me not write it here. Yeah, I at the point used just send the image path as a multipath using Dio. Yeah, so I use this one. Uh, I was even talking and then writing a wrong script. Guys, let me talking and writing a wrong script. Yeah, so I use this. I said, yeah, so I use multipath, send the image to the back end, and then instead of using a third party platforms like Cloudinary and other ones to store the images, I use base 64 encryptions and stuff to break down the image, and then I, all right, okay, as the man.me. Yeah, I do that, and then I drop it into the database so it will be recognized as a base 64. I think let me go find it right for those that uses those that does Spring Boot and stuff. I think it might be helpful for you. So I can't remember the actual name, but let me say store image as base 64 in MongoDB Spring Boot, right? There's a name for it. I just can't remember. Let me see. Let me see. Do we have the name? Let's see if I can have it. No. That's not it. I used it in, that's why I prefer the over HTTP. Yeah. Yeah. As for me, I don't know. I don't, sometimes I wish I can write my own stuff, right? It's not because I want the app to be so small as possible. And sometimes I feel like when I uh, employ packages, they kind of come with extra codes that I normally don't need sometimes, right? So yeah, but Dio is very good. Dio is like, bro, it's very good. It's very good. This project, I was playing around with it, right? And then it became a thing. Then I decided to go ahead with it. So there's a lot of things that I'll change after some time, right? Yeah, so there is a lot of things that I'll change after some time. As for the number one, the state management, I'll be using a Riverport. And then for HTTP, I'll move it to Dio, right? So, yeah. So I used image installation at a point. I think, was it here? Let me check if it was here. Main resources. Let's check the backend. We have the pom.xml, right? So let's check that. Dev2 starter. Lombok. Mm, it's not here. It's not here. I used it somewhere. I used it in one of my apps, right? But I just can't remember. I just can't remember. So let's check the user controller, find and blah blah blah. can't remember where I used it. Yeah, but it's a pretty. You write Spring Boots. Yeah, I write Spring Boots, bro. Yeah, I do Spring Boots, and I'm from Ghana, and I'm in Ghana. Yeah, I do Spring Boots. I do Kotlin, and then I do other ones as well. I do Angular for web and other stuff. I think. Okay, I can't remember where I used it, right? But let's go through the code. Let me see if I can find it. Because if you use this, if you work with screen, okay, I use Cloudinary here. So I'm not sure I used the image for Mongo as well. I use Cloudinary here. So yeah, if I check the last report and I don't see it, then we are moving forward. Mm. So out here, I use Gradle instead of the form.xml, right? So let's check features. Let me check config. We have security config, inventory. I think was this where I used it? Yeah, quite. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the big follow, guys. I really appreciate it. And I always say that if you want to have a better view of everything, hop onto the YouTube and you are gonna see everything. Yeah, so we are live on YouTube, and then Bibia Koso, come. Nice, I'm speaking tree. Oh, I do Spring Boot too, but not much. Oh yeah, then we are the same. Check the words. I let me know what you think. That's the first one. All right, so guys, let's jump to as the man. Let's jump to as the man dot me. Oh, okay. Ish, ish, ish. Guy, can I scroll? My scroll is not scrolling, no. Bro, my scroll is not scrolling. I'm trying to scroll, but they go. Now that it's moving. Bro, there's a lot of things that you would have to do. The animations are so peak, they are kind of making the site slow. Yeah, can you say how fast was it on your machine? Yeah, Jeff, thanks for the follow. The market's always moving. Yeah, okay. So let's do about as a man. Guy, the site is big, it's good, but some of the animations are making it feel slow. And then scrolling is also not so good. Yeah, when you are scrolling through stuff. Yeah, right now it feels good. But at the top it was kind of crazy, right? Yeah, I'm deploying it through GitHub pages. Now I also own logistics startup here in Nigeria. Oh, okay. My upside.site. You guys are doing a lot of things. You should pull me on, guys. Okay, you should pull me on. So available on App Store and Play Store. Currently trying to iOS Store. Yeah, for how is it with the App Store? Because they always have something that they always give a little bit of talk time. So, oh, I think I'm the only beginner here. Are you sure? Angels, I'm also a beginner, by the way. I know you guys will not agree, but I'm a beginner. So, as the man is a Gen Z social finance platform built for Africa, it combines a P2P USDC trading marketplace, training savings groups, digital vaults, and social chats. all in one app. Think of it as your bank, your savings group, and your trading desk in a pocket. Okay. So when you say community savings group, is it similar to what we are working on, or is different? Yes. So is it similar to the app, to this one? This. Oh, okay. The group Susu, yeah. This app, this app, yeah. So this is Susu Box. Yeah, that's the name of this app, Susu Box. I hope you can see it. If you can't see it clearly, jump on the YouTube right now and then you see it. Yeah, so that's the Susu Box app. Yeah, so bro, the site is okay. Is the app available for download, for installation? The site is okay, but you'd have to work on this one, the animations, right? It seems the what's the names of the renderings and stuff takes a lot of experiences away, right? So when I try scrolling, when I start to scroll, you can see some things appearing behind this particular box, and I'm not sure that's how it looks on your machine. Yeah, it's not on App Store. Yeah, what it's as the man on App Store. It's actually part of the animation. Yeah. Okay. So Parax, you mean all right? Abu Bakar, we'll check yours, right? Yeah. So Parax, you mean the items appearing behind this is part of the animation, right? Mm, yeah. But for a first timer, it feels like so my first impression was that I was trying to scroll. Yeah, so you should kind of work on it or optimize it in a way. So I was just trying to scroll forward and then go check what's at the bottom of the site, right? But I was stuck. And then when the elements started appearing behind the text, I thought it was an error. Yeah, so when the elements started appearing behind the text, I thought it was an error and I was kind of scrolling, just trying to scroll faster, and yet it was just watching me like that. Yeah. And then I don't know if this is how this particular site is supposed to be, but I can just speed it up. I actually did that so people would take time to read before scrolling. Now the people are being pissed off because why? Now the people feel like, bro, why would you do that? Because why would you do that to us? Yeah, so overall, it looks good. It looks good. Yeah, I won't lie, it looks good. Just that you have to kind of work on it so that users with first timers like this is my first time experience, right? Yeah, my first time experience made me felt like maybe it was an error. Yeah, so you should check it out. So guys, if you want to have a clear view, a better view of the live, you should check out the YouTube channel. We are live on YouTube, so yeah. So see all ads. So we have buy, is it buy ads or buy ADS? And then when I try to do sell ADS, there's nothing there. Yeah, seems it's just a placeholder and it's not clickable. Or maybe this is just okay. I think I get it. If it's just a screenshot explaining how the market works, then that's okay. So join as a vendor, then we go into as a man. Okay, so we are reviewing a website. Yeah, Mr. Edward, we are reviewing a website that was built by one of our own. Pyrax, he's in the chat. He's in the chat. Okay, yeah. So, all right. So the vendor view is broken on PC but works on phone. So yeah, he'll work on that. So let's go back and then I think we can refresh. All right. So let's go back to how it works. Yeah, so join as the vendor does not work on phone but works on machine. Does not work on PCs but works on machines. That's great. Yeah, so Edward, we are just reviewing a website. By the way, we were building a mobile app when the website review request came in, right? So we'll just review the website and then afterwards we will go to building the mobile app. I guess most of us can take inspirations from this site. So yeah, so there are social payments as well. It's my birthday, blah blah blah. Okay, all right, okay. One platform, every flow you need. Save by showing up. So there's like just monthly savings for, like, say, a group members, right? So let's say you need a husband from Ghana, bro. I want to be the president of your country. Yeah, as a man. Yeah, so if you need a husband from Ghana, I want to be the president of your country. I guess we can do that. Yeah, so guys, I think can we get this video lesson after the live session? Yes, the video is on YouTube. We are currently live on YouTube, so you can just jump into the YouTube channel. All right, let me drop it in there. If you can see it, yeah, yeah. So you can jump into the YouTube channel, which is called with Search, right, and join the live. Then you subscribe and be updated on every other live that we do, right? Yeah, so TJ, you can just do that. If you are very busy, you can just go subscribe and then save the video to watch later. Yeah. So when we come to the Susu engine, Susu is the oldest saving system in Africa. What's the name of your laptop? I really love it. Yeah, so this is MacBook Pro. MacBook Pro. Yeah, 2025. So we have to say the oldest saving, we just made it rootless data empowered by USDC, group your rules, your payout. Trade group, yeah, your contribution, yeah, and then take your payouts, yeah. Okay. And then the rules behind the rates, rule integrations, move the money, and verified identity keeps it safe. So fund your wallet instantly, cash out on autopilot, pools funded. Okay. Yeah, so built in Ghana for 1 billion people. Okay, so what you can do here, so I saw this and then you are welcome, boss. Yes, so I saw this and then I think what you can do with the map is you have to regenerate it. You have to kind of, yeah, building it with this is kind of building it with a code in Flutter. We say you use something like Canvas to kind of create it. Yeah, I know you've done a lot, but you have to do more. Yeah. So you should do more to get it right. Yeah. So live in one country, 5 corridors planned. This was the name of the YouTube channel. Yeah, the name is Code with Secho. Uh, this is very live. Should appeal. What? Wait, what is TikTok saying? TikTok is saying something. Guys, can you see my live? TikTok wants to suspend the mobile live too. Guys, it's Guys, we you should move into the YouTube channel now before TikTok suspends the mobile channel, the mobile live too. So it TikTok suspended our live from the machine, the laptop. Now it also wants to suspend the one from the mobile section. So guys, you should go check the YouTube channel now before uh, they do that. Yeah. So we are moving on. Let me see. Yeah, we are moving on with the check. Yeah, so overall, as the man looks good, guys, let's check the payer, the one by Abu Bakar. Let's check Abu Bakar's one. Yeah, my upside dot site. And then we can, before TikTok does do their thing again. Yeah, yeah, so let me see. Yeah, you are more focused on the app. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But if you put the site there, then you have to kind of also let it show, right? So yeah. So let's do my it's what my upside. Is it upside dot site? Abubakar. Okay. Delivery made easy. Oh, Charlie, guys are building. Oh, you guys should put me on. Angels, at this point, I think it's you and I, we have to kind of go for classes from the boys, right? Because guys are building. We have stuff from, we can see Abuja, Kano, and stuff. So, Abu Bakar, you said your site is what? It's for, I think, for what? Ride hailing. Is it ride hailing or delivery? Delivery made personal, enlightening, fast, whatever. Okay, so yeah, so let's watch the demo. Can we watch the demo? Oh, the demo is not available. That's sad. Okay, so everything you need to ship smarter from quick courier to large items, we got every delivery. Okay, so we are this site is basically about something like yeah. Okay, let's just scroll and take a look. Install anywhere, ship everywhere. So we can install on Windows, Mac, Linux, and Android. That's great. Okay, 37 states in Nigeria. That's great. And okay, we have people talking. I can see Mr. Namdi. Yeah, and then we choose our right plan. All right. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. This looks good. So far, we haven't had an issue with the scrolling and everything. And it's like every section look traced out. Yeah. Yeah, so the only thing that didn't move was the demo and stuff, but I know you are still not done with it, so you'll work around it. Yeah. And then if we should move to the about section. Okay, so it's all about delivery in Nigeria. Okay, found in 2025. Is it founded or found? Is it founded or found? Guys, let's past tense. I know we have find and then found, but founded is kind of I'm new, so maybe we have founded and I don't know. So let me search founded meaning. Founded is a past tense of okay, found, which means to be established or create something. Like okay, it can also mean to build up. So founded is okay, all right. Because this is my first time actually getting to know. Normally I is like found and blah blah blah. Yeah, thank you. I've learned something new. So founded is real, yeah, okay. Then states covered, 37, 500K users, okay, 2 million deliveries. Yeah, numbers, bro, numbers. Give us numbers. Yeah. So, okay. And where are my comments? TikTok. TikTok is just stressing me. Allow me to see my comments, bro. TikTok don't want me to view the comments. It's just stressing me, bro. I want to view the comments, then TikTok is just okay. All right. So, what's your stack for multi-platform devs? Yeah. So, billions. Okay. Yeah. Abubakar is what? Abubakar, you have a question in the comment section. You should check it out. It's from Billions. It's asking about your stack. Yeah, so overall, the site looks okay. It looks good. And since it preaches what the system is about, then I think we are very much okay. Yeah. So you use Flutter for building the site, yeah? If I get you right. Okay, this looks good. This image is not here. Abubakar, are you saying you use Flutter to build the site? Yeah. So no, the site was React. Okay. But you know you can also use Flutter, right? Okay. All right, guys. The site looks good. Everything looks good. Everything looks good, bro. Just that me, I always point out the least things. That's where I put my focus on. So you should check the watch demo. If there's nothing in there, then the button shouldn't be there, right? So the principle is for every pattern that's on the screen. So Flutter for mobile, React for web. How about Windows and Mac OS? Windows and Mac OS, you can go native or you can still use Flutter. For Windows, you can use C Sharp, this one, Visual Studio Code, use C Sharp with Windows Form and build something. Yeah. Yeah. So I was talking about the principle for every button on your screen. It's either they are performing an action or they are not supposed to be there. So if this button does not lead anywhere, there is not supposed to be here. So that's the only issue with the whole site. That's the only issue that I found so far. Yeah. So Abu Bakar, I'm sure you'll take notes of that. Yeah. Apart from that, everything looks okay. Everything looks good. So let's try and download the app from Play Store and see. Yeah, so guys, this is this app for app site. Yeah, built with Flutter. You can see the screenshots. You can see the screenshots, right? Yeah. So yeah, this is it. And it looks good. Guys, it looks very good. April 2026. And it's out there. So if you are in Nigeria, it has 100 plus downloads. Guys, if you're in Nigeria, this is the app for you. Support your brother, your fellow developer, and let's get it working, right? Let's get it working. Join the movement and yeah, make support your own. That's what we normally say in Ghana. So support your own. It's very important. Yeah. So as a man. For as a man, we've gone through as a man and we saw some few issues, so I'm sure he will work on it. All right, so now we are going back to our mobile development. Yeah, so Abu Bakar, well done. You've done a great job. Actually, I think I have to connect with you guys to like maybe on web projects. If there are web projects that we need a hand on, just back, then we push it out. Yeah, but that's for the future. Currently, we are building an app. And guys, because TikTok is doing collabo with me, don't forget to check out the YouTube channel and subscribe to it so that in case of incasity, you can just jump on there and then have your live session and everything with me. Yeah, so far we are almost done with the app, right? We are almost done with the app. The only thing left is we've done this too. We've done the health center and everything. Abu Bakar, thanks very much for the rose. I really appreciate it. So we are going to do about Susu box and then we are going to do the health center, right? But it's not now. So let's focus on something else. We have a transactions screen, all right? We have transactions screen. So this transaction screen on a normal, this is how it was implemented, right? So when you click on this, it navigates you to this screen. But this is very whack, right? This screen is very whack. Yeah, Abu Bakar, don't worry, we can connect. I'm always live. Saturdays and Sundays, you can catch me up on live on weekdays, on daytime like this. But in the evening, you either have me around 9 p.m. or 2 a.m. Yeah. So I'm always live. If you have the notifications on, if you have the follow button, the subscription, then you're going to have a lot of notifications when I'm live. Yeah, so we are not going to use this design anymore. We are going to use a design like something more cooler, right? I will try to get us a design that will make more sense. That will make more sense, right? So let me look for it and then we can jump into making it work, right? So um guys, yeah, so we are live and then let me try to get something right now and we can jump to business. Hmm. Then we can jump to business. um, let me see. Yeah, so we are going to make use of a particular design, right? I want us to move from this type of design to something better. So if we go onto our board, this is what I want us to do, right? I want us to do something like this. We are going to have the transaction history, right? We are going to have the transaction history like this. So if we have this, currently this is what we have, right? So we are going to have an icon, and then we are going to have the transaction ID and how much that was withdrawn, right? Redrew or redrawn or whatever, redrawn. Yeah. Thank you very much for the follow. All right. So we are going to have that. So we are going to have but why didn't you create a custom text field widget so you can use it throughout the, yeah. Yeah, I did that. I was playing around the app, right? I was playing around it. So I'm just putting things together and then later we'll have a custom text field. So when you go inside the reusables, we have a lot of reusables in here. We have some reusables in here, but for the text field, I'm just playing around with them. I understand that's the best way to do. You create one widget and use it over and over again. That's how I code. That's how I like it. But it's the work of the devil. Yeah, so it's the work of the devil. Yeah, so you guys have to join me pray over the devil so that we will do the right thing. Yeah, so this is what we are gonna have, right? We would have the transaction. We are gonna have two main icons for showing withdrawals and then deposits, right? So let's say this is icon one showing withdrawal or deposits, and then we are gonna have the transaction ID, all right, and then the amount. So I think we can have all that we have here. And then when you click on this whole thing, so we will use the extensible widgets, right? So when you click on it, we just drop it down for you with the details that we have in here. You get. Yeah. So we are going to have this. When you click on this header, then we drop this for you, which will be the details of the transaction. Yeah, so that's what I want us to take a look at. So let's should we begin with like a modal bottom sheet? Yeah, something similar. Which extension do you use when you want to see any changes in your code? Is it Lifesaver? No, this is Flutter, so I just use my hot reload. This is hot reload, and then this is hot restart. So this is Flutter. We don't. I don't know if there is a Lifesaver thing for it, but I just use my hot reload to see changes that I've added. Yeah. Yeah. So what do we do next? Let's go back to features again, and then let's go to transactions. Is it transaction? Guys, thanks very much for the follow. Thanks very much for the follow. Let's we are also live on YouTube, right? So you have to go check it out. We have a lot of videos out there. We've always been coming live and stuff. So you can just go on YouTube and then type code with Secho. All right. Type code with Secho, and then you're gonna have our videos on there. So when you jump on YouTube, all you have to do is type something like this. Let's make the font size very big. So 86, right? What? Write a text, write a text. So we're gonna have code. So when you go on YouTube, just text, type this, all right? Just type this, code with search, and then you are good to go. Then you have all our videos and all that we've been doing from day one. They are all there, so you can just go in there and then you check it out. And don't forget to subscribe. So this is Figma. Yeah, this is Figma. This is Figma, Mr. or Mistake. This is Figma. We're using it for our sketch and then the design, everything. And then this is the app. So, Abubakar, this is my first time using the expansible widgets, right? I haven't used it before. Do you design yourself? Yeah, most of the time when I'm playing around, I design myself, but when it's business, I call on my partners that are UI UX developers. But for this design, I just pick it somewhere. The last time on the live, we just went online and then we pick it. Then we stole some few inspirations from it. Yeah, so we stole this settings inspiration and we made it our own like this. So we stole this inspiration here and made it this. And then we stole this inspiration from the profile section. We took it, we didn't steal it. So we took it and then we made it this. Yeah. So guys, let's go and then work on the expansible widgets. I haven't used it before, so this is my first time. This is our first time trying expansible widget. I'm gonna move this class from being stateless to stateful. So we'll have this. Let me hide my app bar. So no, I think this is not what I have to change to stateless, right? I have to, yeah, here. So we have our dummy data. We have our dummy data, which is this, and this is the dummy data, right? Yeah, we are going to change it to something else. We are going to change this design to be something like this, but it will just be expansible, right? Expandable. Flatter widgets and the names. So let's if the sheet handles state, it should be stateful. Yeah. This one does not handle a state, right? This this does not handle a state. This does not handle a state. So this was the transaction dado screen that was stateless. Yeah. But for here, because we are about you don't know if the expansible will need stateful or state it will need stateful. So let's get to that, and then I think we can start our development from here. So just create a stateless widget. Yeah, this was the stateless. I was actually coming to this screen to work with it from here. So first time using return a container, not a scaffold. Where is that? This is a stateful widget on its own. Hi at Hardy. What's up? What's popping? Yeah, so Abubakar, this is a screen on its own. This is the transaction screen on its own. So we should return it as a container and not a scaffold because we have this parent material widget being a scaffold. Okay, I'm going to return a container and then we see what we get. If we return it as a container, we are not going to get an app bar from it. You get? Yeah, so this is not a reusable widget. It's a full screen on its own. Okay. Um, accept request on the live. Guys, we're gonna have someone join us. But the thing is, even if I accept, I won't hear your voice because I am live on YouTube, and if I increase the volume of my speakers, it will echo back in the live. Yeah. So what do we do? So what do we do? I mean the button shape. Okay. I mean the bottom shape should be a container, not a scaffold. Which bottom shape? Is it here? Where is the bottom shades? Mm, where is the bottom shades, guys? Mm, so I don't know. We don't have a bottom sheet here. We have body, we have abba, body, and a bottom sheet. I can't remember where I used it, but I think we should just continue. I'll stumble on it again. If it's somewhere, then we can. Is it a suggestion that you're giving so we use or something else? So we want to build a header, right? Okay, all right. All right, so permission to continue. So header builder, I don't know how we build this, but first let's see what it takes, right? I want to see how it works. So let's read in here. Mm. So the header takes what? What does it take? Abubakar, have you used the header before? Have you used the header before? So the header, I think, as I checked, it should take, okay, yeah, it takes the build context and then the animation. Yeah. So it takes the build context. Yeah, so it takes the build context and then it takes animation, right? And then it returns something. Yeah, and then it returns something. Okay. And then the body, I think the body also takes the same thing, right? The body also takes the same thing. So the body also takes similar thing. The body is what will be in the body. And then the controller will just build a, I think it's expansible, right? So the controller is an expansible controller. Okay. So let's get to that. Yeah. Yeah. So let's get to that. So final controller. Oh, let's create our controller equals expansible controller. All right. Let me declare the type. Although it picks it by itself, I'm just using to declaring the type. Yeah. So the controller, yeah, the controller should be at the top. Why would you want to be at the bottom? So let's take controller, right? Yeah. So I want for us to make the controller make sense because we might have more than one controllers in here. So let me just call it the expansible controller once and for all. Yeah, so we're gonna have this. And then we'll work with our header, right? We'll work on our header and then we'll work on the body as well. And then on click, we should be doing some few things on click, right? So we should be doing some few things when we click the button. Abracadabra. So let's return a text and call it a header. And then down here to return a text and then let's call it body, right? Okay. So if we should rerun this, I want to do a hot restart. We are gonna have something like this. And then if we click on it, it will do nothing, right? So we have to add an on tap, right? So what we will do is to make sure that when we click on the header, then we'll just change the controller and then to either collapse or expand. Yeah, so that is what we are doing. After doing that, then we vermouth. Yeah, so the header, right? We are gonna wrap it in a maybe a widget. So let's use the gesture detector. All right. So we have to wrap the header somewhere. Expand. Yeah, it has expand and collapse. Yeah, the controller, right? Hamzy Wilson, thanks for the follow. Thanks very much for the follow. I hope you check out the YouTube channel because we have videos on there. We are always live on there. So you should check it out. Yeah. So on tap, let's do on tap. Let's uh let's just check if the controller is opened, then close it. If it's expanded, then collapse, else expand. Yeah. So let's check this. Yeah. So yeah, now we have what we want. All we have to do is to touch on it and make it look like something sensible. Yeah, let's make it look like something sensible and something that makes sense. All right. So Guys, we are coming to the best part of development, that is seeing the widgets, building the UI and all that. So, how should our UI look like? This is what we traced out, right? We already have the click functionality, so the click functionality is done, which is C for click. And then we are not gonna have this icon, right? We're gonna have the icon, the the ID, um, and then we are gonna have the amount. I know this for sure. And then what else? What else should we have down there? Or should we have something like this, where we have the box, we have the name of the box, and then the icon, and then how much thou deposited. Yeah, so ID, deposit, and then the amount. And then below it, we have the date. Yeah, so the ID, the deposit, the amount, and then the date. That will be the transaction, right? That will be the transaction details. Yeah, so let's go back there and let's start from our header. So the parents of this particular header, can I just make it a card so that we don't have to do much? Can I have it as a card, or let's have it as a list now? A list style by itself has an on-tap function, right? So yeah, we can have it as a list style, and then we can have the leading to be the icon. So let's say time. Let's use something like this. No, then I'm not going to use it again. I don't want to import Cupertino, but let me just import it for now. Yeah, so we are going to have the leading, and then we are going to have the title, right? The title will be like text. So let's use text for our title. Then let's call it transactions. All right. Very interesting in programs, but I have ideas. Use card or list. Yeah, use this. Yeah, building a website. No, we are building an app. We are working on an app. Yeah, and then the trailing is just gonna be an icon, an icon, and we are gonna do this. Is it Python? No, this is onboarding websites. Yeah, very much. We can build that. But yeah, but this is not Python. This is Flutter and then that. Yeah. So this is the Flutter SDK that we are using to build an app. And S, yes, we can build a website. Yeah, we can build a website. Trailing should be for the arrow icon. Yeah. So trailing is gonna be arrow up and down, right? So trailing is gonna be arrow up and down. This is even what I want to do already. That's why I hate auto generator. The I tried disabling this and it never wants to work. It works on the Windows, but this Mac, the Mac auto generator or what's the name for it? I don't know. It always comes even after I disable it. So I just don't know what to do about it anymore. So guys, don't forget to check out the YouTube because now TikTok is acting some way and I'm not getting it. So you should check on the YouTube channel and subscribe so that in case TikTok drop us again, you can just join from there and then have what we are doing, right? Yeah, because the last time for about 3 days continuously now, TikTok has been dropping us. TikTok just comes and then drop me off the live. Like, bro, it's crazy. So if you are watching, I'm advising you already join the YouTube channel so that in case of anything of that sort, you would be up and then we just continue with our vibe. Yeah. Yeah, so we have our arrow up and our arrow down. Trailing should be for the arrow icon. Yeah. So we have our arrow up and arrow down. Now all we have to do is to use the check and check the controller, right? So if it's expanded, then let's have an arrow up, right? If it's expanded, then we have arrow up, else we have arrow down. Yeah. So let's do this and see. Yeah, ternary check. Yeah, the ternary operator. Always, always. Yeah. So guys, we have our check in place, as you can see, as you can see. Yeah, so we just have to design it to look more like this. I don't know if we have to make it look like this, because having it look like this will also be cool, not bad. But let's finish with this. Think, mm, yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. So now what next? What next? What next? Let's build, let's finish up with it. So this is gonna be the transaction ID, right? Or should it be deposit? So it states whether this is the deposit, and then it states the transaction ID, and then oh guys, we missed it. Yeah, so it's on a normal we were talking about having it show the icon, the transaction, and then the amount. But now since we have this, we are gonna have, let's say, the amount and then the status, right? So let's say we have this as a title. So let's say GHS 25,000, right? And then the subtitle will be a text. And then this will be like, do you only deal with front end? No, I do back end as well. I do back end as well. Yeah, I do back end. I'm not only stuck on the front end. I even do web. I use Angular. I use Angular for web. Yeah. So we can have a icon wrapped in a cycle avatar. Which state management do you use? Yeah. So for this play app, we are using getX. I don't normally call it a state management, but yeah, we are using getX for managing the states. And then, yeah, if you ask why, because the app is very small, so we don't have to do much. Yeah, so we have a cycle avatar looking like this. Guys, are you sure you can watch the viewing on the screen makes sense? Because I feel like, okay, yeah, I think it makes a little bit sense. Yeah, because if you're not having a good view, do you know how to use block on TDD, test-driven development? Oh, yeah, block, I'm good. TDD, huh. The test-driven development, right? Unless they're on my neck, oh. Yeah, but unless they're on my neck. Sometimes you have to be on my neck for me to write a test for you. If you're not on my neck, I just I just develop. Yeah, I understand. I understand, but sometimes I just feel like, oh, they want me to write test again. The one development debt, I think, is it development debt or engineering debt that I always leave in my code that I know I'm guilty of is the tests. For back end, I write my test, but for mobile, I feel, oh, guys, it's a very bad attitude. Nobody should like practice that. Yeah, guys, nobody should practice that. Every app need to be tested. You have to write a test and all that for it. Yeah, don't be like me. Yeah, I write a test. Yeah, I write a test very much on Spring Boot, but when it comes to mobile, I'm kind of always held back for writing it. Yeah, but I do write some when I'm happy. When I'm happy. Yeah, so guys, you can check out the YouTube. The name is Code with Secho and subscribe to the channel so that we grow together. Yeah, so where were we? Oh, that's great. That's great. I guess you've already followed me, so just send me a DM and then we'll talk. I always respond to every DM to understand what you want to know and how ready you are. Say, guy, don't worry, just text me up and let's link up. Mm. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just some ideas are coming from the. We are still not done with this, right? So let's give the list style a background color of white. Please give me a break. So since our list style, right? Since our list style has the on tap function, we can let go of the gesture detector, all right? And then we'll just utilize the list styles on. Because I don't like writing a lot of code. Yeah, so yes, so um Queen Bill, is it Queen Bill guy? I can is it Queen Bill? You can holler up and then we holler together. We can holler up, then we holler down. Yeah, so what I'm saying here is that why don't you use AI like the way other developers do? Phew. The 450th question, same question, and I'm gonna give the 450th same answer. So the reason why I don't use any agents in my ideas for coding is one, the live that I do is mostly for educational purposes, and I want people to kind of casually scroll and then fall on a live that is kind of explaining how some codes and things link together, right? So my goal is to make sure that those that are coming, even if you use AI for development, when you watch my live for one time, you would kind of understand that, okay, for this widget that I do, for this widget that I use for this is how it works. That is what is happening behind the scene. That's if you don't read your AI generated codes, right? So the goal is for people to see manually how things come together to make an app. And also just I love to code because I don't know, I just have that feeling like I have that joy when I'm writing the code. Yeah. But I use AI for documentation. I use AI for generating dummy data, like this data. All I have to do is to write this first one, and then I gave it to it, and I was like, generate this amount of data for me. Yeah, AI is very good at that one. Yes, so I use it normally for stuff like that. But I just love the development, the code writing, and also I want, yeah, and also I want people to just hop on the live and have things like experience the raw way of how coding is done and all that. So yeah, it's just for the love of it and for the sake of those that are new to Flutter or new to software engineering to actually appreciate how code works? More than a man. Oh, really? Then I guess TikTok has done a really good job uh, bringing this live to your FYP. Then welcome, brother. Welcome to the house of developers. Almost everybody here is a developer one way or the other. So you are among your people. Oh, really? Are you in Ghana? Because I've had a few people from Ghana that says they have an assignment from school and that involves a project on Flutter. Okay, then let me guess. Ghana Telecom. Yeah. Okay, so guys, where were we? How are we going with this now? The design, yeah? Yeah, I've had a lot of Ghana Telecom guys pass through, and all of them are like, Charlie, I'm working on an assignment, and this is what it is about. Like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, bro. Welcome to the YouTube. Guys, we now having okay, the YouTube people tell me how does it look like the live comparing it to TikTok? You have a clear view of everything. Yeah. So TikTok, you can also go check out the YouTube video and don't forget to subscribe, right? Don't forget to subscribe. So where were we, guys? Now we have to make sure that this looks good. This has to look good, right? So even if we give the list dollar, can we give it a color? Yeah, if we give it a color of white, right? It's gonna look like this. This is how it's gonna look like. So because it looks like this and we want to separate it from the edges, shh, yeah, because it looks like this and we want to separate it from the edges, we are gonna use padding, then we'll use symmetric and then horizontal padding, and then we use 16. Yeah, and then we are gonna touch the shape. When we touch the shape, that means we want it to look different, right? Say, yeah, guys, when you are coding, it's very, I don't know, it's like it gives you that joy, like joy like a river in my soul. You know what I mean, guys? Yeah, so let's use the rounded rectangular border. Then let's use the border radius. This thing. I said stop suggesting to me. Stop suggesting things to me, bro. But I want to confirm if this is the radius I use across board. Hello, Secho. It's Praise. Yeah, Praise. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the house. Yeah, Praise. Everybody in the comment section is a developer, a techie. So you should link up with them. Abu Bakar is a Flutter dev. He has Flutter applications on Play Store and they look very good. The others are web developers and others are also students that do Flutter development. So you should link up with everybody. And for guys watching on YouTube, I really appreciate you coming all the way to YouTube to experience this one in a lifetime coding session. Yeah. Yeah, so just drop a subscription, just drop a like, and let's keep the boat rolling. Yeah, so Abubakar, I've added the border radius and everything. The next thing here is to make sure we have it looking good, right? So the border radius is too big, comparing it to uh, how I defined the other designs, right? So yeah, this is how we have to have it. I love consistency. I believe in consistency. So since it is eight across board, let's just have it eight here too. Yeah, so our design is looking good. We are almost done, but we have to make sure the header kind of The header has to be bold. Like, yeah, it has to be bold. You know what I mean? Yeah, so let's do that. Yeah, Flutter enthusiast. I'm always here, bro. I told you today's weekend, bro. And because it's weekend, we code, 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 and code. Yeah. So I'm still here. Welcome. You are also here, so it's good to have you back. It's good to have you back, yeah. So what are we doing next? Yeah, so I'm gonna take this off because we already have a box text, right? We have a widget responsible for all that. So box text, we are gonna use I think medium, right? So let's use the medium box text, and then we are gonna have something like this. Mm, mm. So we will call the box labels dot gh, right? Working on the builder. Which one? Which builder? Transactions dot which builder? Can you accept my request? I'm having problems import video into my assets folder. Body builder in the expansible. Yeah, so we would I want us to finish. Yeah, sure. Flutter enthusiast. I will take you through when I accept the request. The problem is I can't increase the volume of my speakers, right? Because I'm live on two different platforms. The sound from one platform will echo in the other platform, and then it will echo back into the mic. Then everywhere will be chaos, right? So what we can do is that I'll take you through how you structure the asset folder, and maybe that should help. Yeah. So Abubakar, yeah, we are yet to build the Yeah, we are yet to build a bodybuilder. So let's see. Mm, guys, this light is still here. We have a lot to do here. Yeah, we have a lot to do here. Midnight Codes. I guess the issue is coming from his perspective. Yeah, that's what I suspect. So that's the first thing I'm gonna take a look at, and then we will find a way around it. So we have this deposit, but it's still not looking as how I want it to look. So let's go down here and then find why. Oh, is this an app file or it's a project? Yeah, so it's for fun. It's a project, depending on how it goes. Yeah, so it's for fun. It's for a project, depending on how it goes. So it started as a project, and then after everything, I made it available on Play Store, but because it's a fintech product, Play Store said I can't put it in my personal developer account, right? So I have to go register the business and the documentations and all that. And I was like, okay, no problem. But I have few changes that I wanted to do to the UI. And because of that, those are the changes we are doing. So it's a project, it's for fun, it's everything. And because it's my personal project, that I'm free to do whatever I want to do with it. And to the person that I'm looking at partnering with until he comes on board with some NDA stuff, then I can put it online and talk about it. Yeah, VS Code. No, this is Android Studio. This is not VS Code. This is Android Studio. Yeah, so guys, don't forget to check out the YouTube, right? Just check out the YouTube and then let's keep the following coming. Let's support the channel and grow. Yeah, let's support the channel and grow because the channel is kind of it's struggling, not kind of it's struggling. So guys, let's drop that subscription and yeah. What is the advantage of the latest Pixel 10 over others? I think when you are testing with Pixel 10, you know you are testing with almost 80 to 90% of other devices out there, Android devices. Yeah. And apart from that, what else? Apart from that, I just like Pixel devices. So I chose to use Pixel 10, but I haven't really looked into why I should choose a different one or not. And even if you want to use a different one, Google only or you only have the Pixel devices out there. And because it's a Google SDK, you have only Google devices to pick from. So at the end of the day, you have no choice. Yeah, so this is what we are using here. Let me see. We are using regular 12 for the label, right? So this is also gonna have same thing, but we are using regular 12. So let's pick this and then let's jump to this. If you are confused on anything, I'm sorry, but you can check out the YouTube channel because we've been doing this for so long. So I'm sure those that have been following on a daily already have an idea of some of the things that I'm doing. Like when I go pick a code, yeah, screen util for size and hmm, I'm not using it because I haven't factored it from the start. Yeah, I haven't factored it from the start when I was kind of just setting up the project and doing some stuff. So there will be a lot of cleanup. But in the comment section, can you talk about the most advantage, right? Can you talk about why Screen Util is very good in development? Yeah, let me put it into this one right now. Maybe what is Nita saying? Let me put this dummy data here. So let's rotate it and see. So let's rotate our screen like this. Yeah. So when we rotate it, this is what we have, right? This is 3 because I limited it to 3 on a portrait view. Yeah. Okay. All right. Is it responsiveness for the UI overall or just the text and then the let's say text height and all those things. Okay, so assuming we have a very big device, this is what we are going to get, but I want us to see if we can get a tablet, right? I want us to see if we can install a tablet right now and check the responsiveness on a tablet. Yeah, yeah, actually, okay, yeah. When you put it in the comment section, other people to understand how it works. I've used it in one of my projects, in a project that I was put on after the first phase of the project. And yeah, there is screen util there. We continue to use it all the time. Yeah, so I have a fair idea of what it does. Is that I don't use it on a normal. Yeah. So guys, let's see what we have, right? We have this. So I think this we can manage this for transaction. Let's just make sure that color, right? The background color and all those things are kind of for the circle avatar, all right? Let's make sure the circle avatar makes sense. So we are gonna take this and then we'll put it there. So where is our circle avatar? Show your face. Hmm. So Abubakar, how long? I think you said you've been. What do you use in place of screen util? Abubakar, that's a question for you. What do you use in place of screen util? Hmm. Yeah, so I think we are done with the header. So we can actually create a widget, all right? So we can just call it build expansible header. We can just call it build expansible header, and then we are going to return this list down, all right? So we are going to return this, and then we return this, and that's all. So in place of this, mm, yeah, but media query sometimes, sometimes using media query, you have to, yeah, you have to be careful. Media query requires you to handle the sizing yourself, and it's very disappointing and difficult. Yeah, with media query, you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful with media query. So let me see what's going on. Mm, yeah, yeah. So screen util was built because people were struggling over media query. Yeah. Okay, so guys, down here we are just telling the type of transaction it was, the transaction price and all that. Then when we break it down, now we have to build the body, right? So the body has to be something like what we have in the previous screen, right? Oh, so let me just go look for transaction detail screen, and then we're gonna take something from there. We're gonna pick something from there. Yeah. So we have card, transaction details, and then we have row, transaction ID, and all that. Yeah, so I think we have to pick something from here, then we'll use it in our part. So first, let me pick this whole card. All right, let me pick Mohar. Mohar, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow and welcome to the house of developers. Yeah, yeah. Over here, we develop, and develop until you hold our necks and be like, bro, it's okay. Else we ain't gonna stop, bruh. Because we love what we're doing. You can see someone came to the comment section and he was like, yo, bro, you still here? Bro was shocked. He was like, yo, bro, you still here? Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here, bro. Because it's beautiful, and it's peaceful. You just sit, you have a conversation with people that are like you, people that do what you do, and it's just beautiful. Yeah. So let's go down and drop it down. So when we drop it down, this is how it looks like. So let me first remove the border from the right, yeah, the top right and then top left of the card. We are coming to redesign the card, and then we move on. Yeah, so let's redesign the card, right? So first we will look for the container, the border radius. So we are going to use only, all right? We are not going to use circular again. So we are going to use so we are going to use top left. No, it is bottom left, right? So bottom left, we are going to use circular. And let's start with 8.0. No, wait, no, we're going to use radius, right? Yeah. And then we'll use bottom right. So we'll use bottom right and we'll use circular again, and then we are going to use 8.0. Yeah. So now let's do this and let's see. Okay, so what is missing? Because if we change that and the card itself has, I think it has a card comes with its own radius, right? Yeah, we have to touch that shape and the rounded rectangular border. Then we have border radius, and then we have only, right? Then we give it this. I think we have to even take all this off because I'm not sure we are going to need it now. So let's try this out and see. Oh, sorry. So let's try this. Yeah. So this is what we have. And we also have to touch the list style, right? We have to touch the list style as well and also take something off there. How does it look like? Yeah, so we have to also take the radius of the list style. But before then, we think the cart or the container will need decoration, right? And then box decoration. And then I want us to have something around the border, right? So border all. And then the color is going to be like the gray, right? Add some spaces. Yeah, spaces between. No, so this is connected to the header, right? So I even want to make it touch the header and then remove the radius, right, from the header. So for the header, we are gonna have something like this. We are gonna have something like this. Um, so for the header, we are gonna have something like only the top, and then we won't give anything to the bottom. Can you now show me how to import video assets without any error? Mine says unknown file type. Phew, video. Okay, boss. Let's get this done, then we jump into it. Oh, all right, boss. Mm, we are not using video stuff here, but let's see. So first thing, you just go to your popspec.yaml, right? Let me take the emulator off. You open your lib, yeah. You open your lib and then you locate your popspec.yaml. And then when you scroll all the way to the bottom, right, you have something here that says assets, right? You can see your assets, right? And then you have to make sure you have your assets folder created here. If you want to create your assets folder, you go to the root folder, the root directory, and then you create new directory and you call it assets, right? So you give it that name and you save. So inside of your assets, you have other folders or other assets that you love to use across the app, right? So if you have fonts, you have specific fonts that you want to use locally, you put it in there. Icons, you separate them, and then images, you do that as well. So when you first create your assets, you go into your prospect.yaml. In YAML, indentation is very important, right? If you have your asset folder close to the edges of the IDE or the workspace like this, yeah. Okay, then if you have done that, then which video player are you using? And I think it will be coming from unknown file type. So you have to read on the video player and see the files that it supports, right? And also you have to check your logs. You have to check the logs and then see what is in there. So what you can do is take screenshots of the logs and then take screenshots of your YAML and also take a screenshot of where you are implementing the video player at and forward it to my DM. Then I'll take a look at it. So screenshots of the logs, screenshots of the YAML, and then the screenshots of the video where you are initializing it and everything. I hope that works for you. I hope that works for you. Yeah, it should be from the video extension or stuff like that. So guys, we are jumping to the card. Yeah, let's go back to the card. Let's hide this now. We are focusing on the card, right? So I think card comes with a margin. Does it come with a, yeah? So let's see if it comes with, it may be MKV. Yeah, so you're supposed to, you should confirm the this one. Confirm, confirm the extension, the video extension, and then let's see what we'll get. Mhm. So we are getting close to what we want to achieve, right? We are getting close to what we want to achieve. So we have this in here. We just have to go use the divider color that we are using somewhere in our home groups, right? So where's our home group? I think we have a divider color, right? Mm, we have a divider. Where is that divider? Yeah, that one. But it works on my VS Code and I prefer Android Studio. Okay, so you mean, okay, so let me get, you mean the video player works when you are using VS Code, but not on Android Studio? Wow, I thought it was an error thrown from this one. I thought it was an error thrown from the player when you were trying to initialize the video. Oh, I closed the screen and I was forcefully looking for it. So let's go to features and then let's go to website developer. Ah, you've been gone for so long. Welcome, 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 welcome. Aquaba. It's been a long day. Guys, I can't remember where where the widget is. Where is the widget? Where is the widget? Oh, let me see. Draw box dashboard. Nah, guys, I forgot where the widget is. So homepage is, yeah. So then we go to transaction history. Then we have home history. Yeah, yeah. Phew, 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 phew. So yeah, we have something like this. We have something like this. So what next? What do we do next? I have to remove that particular border that I was trying to put on top of the this thing. Yeah. So I was wrapping something in a row, right? Not a row, in a container. Where is it? Is it here? No, it's not here. I was wrapping something in a container. So yeah, this one, border.all. And then the color. Um, so let me see. Yeah, we have that, and then we can have a border radius, right? So you can just give it this border radius. Oh, let's take it off here. Bring it here. Yeah. From the assets folder, it shows instead of video icon. Huh. So read what's on the console, right? Read the logs, and let's see. Read the logs. Mm. Read the logs, and let's see. So for this border radius, right? Yeah, using Android Studio. Yes, I'm using Android Studio. Owen, thanks for the follow. I hope you guys will check out the YouTube channel as well. Yeah, meaning unknown file type. Yeah, that's what Flutter Enthusiast is saying. Yeah, is that what it has on the console? I think, have you tried network files? Have you tried playing the video over a network with through a URL? You should try that one too, and then let's see what it gives you. That should work. Yeah. So let's before we give the border radius, right, we have to make a check. So if the expansible is collapsed, eh, so we do controller dot expanded. All right. So if it's expanded, then we have this particular border radius. Oh, yeah. What what do I have there? Yeah. So if it's expanded, we have this particular border radius. Else we'll have a circular border radius with 8.0. So it's expanded. If it's not expanded, then let's have the circular border radius. Else if it's expanded, then do this one, right? So I hope I'm using it on the right thing. Is it the I'm using it on the I'm using it on the wrong thing, guys. Okay, Abu Bakar. All right, we'll catch up. You know, I'm always live, so you are free to show up. And you've been helpful. You've been very helpful sharing your ideas and everything, Charlie. I would love to see you again. So yeah, enjoy, and we will catch up later. It was a great experience. It was beautiful having someone that does the same thing that you do. It's just so beautiful, guys. Yeah. So let's rerun this, and then we are gonna have this. Yeah. So let me go in here. If it's expanded, yeah. So if it's not expanded, we use this. Else, if it's expanded, then we use this. Yeah. Yeah. So guys, we are almost through. We are almost through with everything, right? So now the next thing is for us to take the transaction down here, right? Let's take the transaction as an argument, right? So we do required, then we take transaction, then we take transaction. Yeah, so we'll take transaction, and then in here we are going to use the price, okay? So we are going to use transaction dot amount, and then in here we are going to use the transaction type, right? So we are going to use transaction dot type. All right. So we have all this. The next thing for us is to go in here, and then we will call on transaction, and then we pass transaction. Yeah, then we pass transaction. And then what else? What else are we going to use? What else are we going to use? So I think is that it? Our card? Yeah, our card comes with something like this. So we are going to have transaction details, transaction ID, right? So we are going to have transaction dot ID, right? And then the dates and all that. Then we are going to have transaction dot amount. The back end is not ready, so not every data is available here. I'm just using a dummy data for all those things. Yeah, so transaction dot amount. Then we will do the last one here, transaction dot amount. Yeah, so we have this for the body. Yeah, so what we are going to do is we will build expansible. So we can just go build expansible body. Yeah, then when we come in here, we are just going to build expansible body, right, as a widget, right? So we return this. Yeah. So now when we come in here and calling the expansible, we are going to use our dot annotation, which is known as the spread operator, right? So we'll call one, two, three, and then we'll call the transactions list, and then we map each transaction, right? So we are going to map a transaction as a single entity, and then we'll just return. Oh, sorry. We are going to map a transaction, right? Yeah, it's a single entity, and then we'll just return this, and then we are going to have this. Yeah. So now when we rerun, we are supposed to have a list of all the transactions, right? So let's rerun. Let's go here. We have a list of our boxes. Oh, really? Yeah. And then transaction. So now these are transactions. Yeah, so the open and close states, we have to now use an ID to do that. All right. Yeah. So we have our transaction. All we do is that we have to drop a little space. We have to drop a little space after each transaction, right? So if we refresh, we are gonna have something like that. Yeah. So we are gonna have something like this. Now, when we click on the drop down, we're supposed to have only one transaction open and not all of them. So what do we do? What do we do now? That means we have to take notes, or we have to, yeah, we have to take note of each element. We have to create this one, a map that maps the ID of the transactions to a particular item, right? So one ID to one item, and then we can use that to either expand or collapse the element. Yeah, so let me think about it a little. Let's see the code here. We have this. I hope all the IDs are not the same. The ID seems to be the same, but yeah, but we'll work around it. So what we will do is we don't want that same ID, right? So let's now use this for what it does best. So let's say AI mode. Say I want different. Uh, so I want different what? Different ID for the records for each record. Then we'll drop this here. Let's see what it will do. Yeah, they are very good for this, oh Charlie. They are very good for this. So now we know that each record comes with a unique ID. So down here we are gonna say, oh, give me a break. Yeah. So guys, if you are watching on TikTok and you want to have a better view, go on YouTube. The best view is there. And if you would want to catch up later after the whole live, you can go to the YouTube as well and then try your best to subscribe because we always go live every day, every evening, and we meet new people every day, and we learn new things. So you should go there and check out the channel and don't forget to subscribe. Yeah. So now we're going to create a map, and then this map should have the ID and then a state, right? It should have an ID and then a state. Then we will use that to determine either we are opening a single element or all of them. Kind of getting exhausted, right? So let's do string, which will be the ID, and then bool, right? So let's say what? So let's say map of string bool, let's say is expanded, right? Oh, guys, I'm tired. It's expanded. So when we click on each item, we will check. I'm getting confused because now I'm thinking if we should make use of the expandable elements and stuff like that. Or, yeah, see. Oh, it's not here. Oh. Okay, we'll come to catch. And then on tap. Where's the on tap function? What is the on tap function of our list now? No, it's not on the card. It's out here rather. Yeah. So on tap, mm, the thing is we are using same controller for everything. Guys, I'm very much confused and I'm very much exhausted in my head. So let me not think anything. Let me just start writing and hopefully the idea will come, right? So let me see this is what it's saying that if expanded contains the transaction ID, then expansible should be expanded. Uh, so if we notification may include alert sounds and all that, I get it. So if we should do this, yeah, that will not work. You're crazy, it won't work. So let's say the first thing we do when we click is that we would first check if it is a boolean, right? So I guess, guys, I'm very tired. I'm very tired, seriously. So, someone help me in the comment section because my brain is 0.00 right now, 0.00 gigabytes, and my thinking bundle is finished. So this is what we have. We want to open each element at a time, not all elements, right? Mm-hmm. I go get plenty money. I know everything, on your, I know, because and it's on. Is it bottom, the tile? It should be top. Yeah, this should be top. Um, so this should be the top and not button. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's looking good. Yeah. So the next thing is to separate this from the whole. Yeah. So when you click on it once, what I'm thinking is that the expansible controller has been assigned to all of them. So all of them have the same controller, right? And that is what I am thinking. I'm just feeling like it won't work. I'm just feeling like it won't work. So what I am thinking is that we assign a controller to them based on their name. So each of them have their own controller. That's what I'm thinking, right? So maybe down here we are gonna have something like I don't know if that will be kind of if that's an optimized way of doing this, but let's make sure it works. When it works, then we'll later move on to making it look good. All right. So now we have this value because mhm, yeah, yeah. So we have this, and then what we can do is to make sure that for every for every build, all right. Or what do we have there? So we have to pass the controller here, right? Yeah. And then down here, we also pass the controller. Yeah, so Ahmed, thanks for the likes and the follows, everybody. Yeah, so now in this transaction, we are gonna have a final this, and then we will be passing this expansible controller, right? Let's first pass it, and then for the name of the controller, we would append. I'm thinking we should append this one. Thinking we should append the ID, the transaction ID to it, right? So what we do is we'll use the transaction. What we will use, I think we should. So the expansible controller, the name of the variable, right? What am I even doing, guys? I'm confused though. I don't even know what I'm doing. Me, I'm tired though. People should come and help me. I'm tired. Yeah. So what I want to let me just think this out and then that's it. So the controller is this. That means every element is gonna have their own controller. If we rerun this, we are gonna have this, and then that's it. Yeah. I hope you are okay. I wanted to kind of make it and like say I'm using ID to kind of separate it or do something, but let me just go with the simplest way, and that's all. So we have also achieved our next goal, which is building this, right, and making it look good. Building this and making it look good. So let me see, without it being expanded, we have the tile. So if it is expanded, everywhere should be this. Okay, yeah. So we can change this to the opposite. Yeah, yeah. So guys, we have our expansible controller implemented on a later in the evening. We'll see the best way to kind of redesign this. But for now, this is what we have, and this is how it looks. Yeah, so guys, that is also, let's say, the end of this morning to afternoon's design. I hope we've learned a lot because I have learned a lot. Yeah, coming from having suggestions from different developers from different backgrounds and how to handle stuff and everything. I've learned a lot, and that's the beauty of being a software engineer and having software people around you. So I hope you've also learned a lot. If you are not following, do well to follow because I'm going to be here in the evening as well, and we'll continue with our design. Also, you should check out the YouTube channel. The name is always Code with Secho. The name remains Code with Secho, so you check it out and you make sure you subscribe and wait for the notifications on when we go live again. Yeah, so Angel's time. I will go through my DM. I believe you've already sent me the messages and stuff, so I'll go through my DM then. I'll give you suggestion on what I think. And also for any other person that have texted me, I'll make sure I reply to all of you before our next live. So we'll catch up on the next episode. And thank you all for showing up. And hopefully we'll build this up successfully. Yeah. Happy coding you all. Peace. Bye bye.